Whew, that took a lot of energy. What's up, Craft Cuties? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney. If you are new here, welcome. Please consider becoming a member of the family by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell. No, I do not sound like this all the time. I actually have a cold, and this is the best that I've felt in about 5 days, and I was determined to get this video out to you today. So just bear with me. We're gonna get through it. So I took a COVID test. My COVID results were negative, so I have a good old-fashioned cold, but COVID continues to make its presence known big time. COVID just showing out recently, and I think that today's video will help us to feel a little bit more protected when we have to go out to run our essential errands. It's also good for glasses wearers. My mom and my dad wear glasses. You've seen me wear glasses before, and when you wear regular masks, they just seem to fog up when you're trying to breathe, but the 3D mask kind of solves that problem for you and makes it a little bit easier to wear. It's going to cover you from the top of your nose to the bottom of your chin, and you'll see it in the video. So if that's interesting to you, please stick around. That's what we're going to get into. You don't need a sewing machine. You can definitely do this by hand using a needle and thread. And so we're going to jump right into it. Okay, so thank you for hanging out with me. Let's get into it. To begin this project, we're going to take a piece of paper and cut a square that is 10 inches wide, 7.5 inches long. And so you'll need a pair of paper scissors and a pair of fabric scissors. They are not the same, people. We're going to take our ruler and measure down 2 inches, and we'll just place a small dot there. And then you'll move to the top and measure across 2 inches and place a small dot there as well. I'll do it one more time for you. We're gonna go down 2 inches, dot, and across 2 inches. We're gonna do the same thing for all 4 sides. Once we've created all of our dots, we are going to connect the dots. So we're going to draw a diagonal line from dot to dot, and we'll do that on all 4 sides. Then we're going to take our paper scissors, say it with me, our paper scissors, and cut the line where we made the diagonal. And this is going to create the pattern for our 3D mask. So take your pattern, pin it down to your material. You're going to cut 2 pieces using the pattern. Once your 2 pieces are cut, we're going to place right sides together and begin to sew our project. Once you have right sides together, you're going to take your needle and thread or your sewing machine and sew across the top and the bottoms. We're going to leave the sides open. So again, we're going to sew along the tops and the bottoms, and we're going to leave our sides open. So once you've stitched it along the top and along the bottom, we're going to use the open sides to pull our material through. So pull your material through and be sure to poke out your corners. So you should have 2 corners at the top and 2 corners at the bottom. Be sure to poke those out. And we're going to give this a nice press with your iron or your craft iron, but give it a nice press. Once it's been pressed, we're going to fold down from the top and measure 2 inches and adjust it so that it's 2 inches all the way across and not 1.5 one place and 2 inches in another. You want it to be 2 inches across, and you're going to iron that down. We're going to do the same measurements on the bottom and iron that, give it a good press as well. Once we pressed it in place, we're going to turn it over and we're going to sew along each edge. Once those edges are sewn, we're going to take the bottom of our folded over piece and bring it to the sewn edge and pin it in place. Again, we're going to take the bottom of that folded piece and meet the sewn edge and pin it in place. Then we're going to work on the sides of our mask. So you're going to take about 9.5 inches of elastic and fold it over twice, 1 and then 2 times. You're going to pin it or clip it in place so that the elastic doesn't move. We're going to do that to both sides. But when you get ready to sew this, be sure that you do not sew the elastic down. You want the elastic to be able to move freely. So we're going to, of course, like I said, pin in place. We're going to sew down the sides and just be very careful not to sew the elastic to that folded over edge. While we were at the machine or with your needle and thread, you also stitch close your elastic piece, creating your loop. Just pull that through the closed edge so that it doesn't show. Then we're going to pull that top and bottom piece, and it's going to create a diamond shape maybe. I don't know what the shape is, but you see it. And you're going to press that down as well. And we're going to kind of tack the edges to make it stand up a little bit, give it a little more structure. So in each one of the corners, we're going to match the edges and kind of tack it down there. Just a small stitch, nothing major. And you can see here where I made a small stitch to each side, and that gives it that 3D shape, and it actually will stand up on its own, but it'll give it a little more shape. And so you've completed your mask. The best thing about this is that it covers everything. So we're going to do a blow test. So I put the mask on, and as you can see, I am blowing, and my glasses do not fog up. It covers you across your nose to the bottom of your chin, all the way across your face. So this is a great face covering. Go ahead and crank out a few for your friends and your family, and be sure to wear your mask if you have to go out in public, and stay safe. That's the most important thing that you can do. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, that you've learned something new. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, keep it crafty.